Welcome to the Hugo Build Time news, all the news that fits in Hugo's Build Time. We've now reached version 0.126.1 of Hugo. This version encompasses three major new features. The luminance method for returning relative luminance in the sRGB color space. This is great for adding custom borders to your images and text boxes, as well as checking contrast ratios for WCAG guidelines. The extras extension, enabling inserted text, marked text, superscript, and subscript in Markdown, and content adapters allowing you to create pages from remote data sources. We're going to see a lot more of that, I'm sure. If you've ever wanted to share layouts or editing components between multiple sites, or to syndicate content between your Hugo sites, check out CloudCannon's site mounting feature and the static API generator Flatlake, brought to you by Liam Bigelow, creator of PageFind, static search tool that scales. Liam and I also co-wrote a more in-depth article on how to connect multiple sites as well, if you'd like a bit more context. Thanks to Brian Klein for sharing a video on how to use Google Sheets as source data for Hugo content. I think we're going to see developments on this approach after the Hugo Content Adapters feature has been assimilated into the community, but it's great right now to see the interoperability of CSV data populating a table element in a Hugo page. Matt Cohn, author of the Markdown Guide, has written a book about creating and publishing static websites using HTML, CSS, and Hugo. It's called the Static Site Guide. It's still a work in progress, but the completed chapters and code examples are all available under CC and MIT licenses, respectively. In a Hugo discourse thread, Joe Mooring has shared an example site showing Hugo content adapter examples and performance. The performance is incredible, stats approaching 0.0005 seconds build time per page, and that scales linearly. Onto our showcase, Marcio Toledo has built diorama.io with what I'd call an artisanal approach to development, HTML and CSS from scratch with no frameworks. He uses Hugo with no theme and a minimum of JavaScript, although there's a little dash of Alpine.js and a Particle.js library for hero animation. Now, if you're looking for a Hugo CMS, check out CloudCannon's Git-based CMS. It has everything you need for content management with collaborative editing and full support for Hugo shortcodes under CloudCannon's Snippets feature. Your team can build new pages, edit them visually with live preview URLs, and host the best performing sites on the web. In case you missed it, the talk topics at last week's 11TConf were widely spread across web performance, CSS, type systems, the creative freedom that SSGs enable, web components, scaling static sites, and how to manage light and dark mode. And they were, I think, notable for their relevance to all front-end devs, quite aside from any SSG camps to which we may or may not belong. That's a good static site generator. And until next time, happy coding. Feel free to share this video with any friends or colleagues who might be interested. Also, let me know what you're building or planning to build with Hugo's new content adapter feature. I'd love to see what you're planning. Thanks.